Hello, friends and fellow adventurers. Welcome to the Min-Maxed Podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue Bloodlords. As always, we want to give a shout out to all of those who support us on Patreon at our Lich level and above. Rock Jedi, Wolf, Blodimus Slump, Thunder Mammoth, The Trevor Project, Das Chris, Fizzgig, AC Goldner, Eric R. Oh, just gonna see right past you there, Indie Link, Tawdry Monster, Mercutio, Angel Shadow Art, Cyrendon, The Necromancer Forever, Doc Holiday, Corey, Robert T, Scrap Gear, Ted, True Chaos God, Kagan, Nero the GM, Jason K, Dicky Lopez, Bobson Dugnut, Rickety Ropebridge, Alex K, Toma Elaka, Frank L, Just Mike Works, Ross D, Argoon's Long Lost Elbow, Fig Tier, Zach S, Jamie H, Mr. Turtle, Sleeve, Darren, Caleb W, Pickle, Mr. Grimm, Firedown, M54 Ewaz, Jameson S, Eric R, +2 Vorpal Salmon of Whacking, I'm Not a Robot, George F, Leohard, Har, Witch Hunter, Jeremy D, Matthew M, Scott E, Progeny of Kukulin, Liz Giggles, Crolistria Specialty, Brandon K, Ringus Maximus, Andrew G, Ebon Flames, Booming Thunder, Henry, A School of Fish, Eisengem, Chris W, and James B. Shout out to new patrons. At the quick level, Mindy F. At the dead level, Ben H. And at the Lich level, King Scott. Thank you all so much for your support. And now a recap of session 83. We return to see Kortosh, where he asks us to show him the docks for some reason. We agree and head on down to Awesome Harbor. It's all very strange, and we start to think he's lured us away for something. He then says, "Cool docks, bro, was fun, laters," and vanishes in a cloud of maggots. Gross. Just as we fear the worst, some shit starts going down on a nearby docked ship. Now it's starting to look like Kortosh knew this was going to happen and, politically unable to intervene himself, maneuvered us to be here. We get in a fight with a couple of gross pustule-covered dock workers. They're weak to slashing, which is basically all we do, so they die quickly and grossly. Immediately, 6 large fuck-off wraiths show up. They can't actually hurt any of our undead asses, but they start killing quick dock workers, who immediately return as undead. This gives Shara a mild crisis of values. Arius and Lucan deal them enough damage that they flee across the water in a Bostonian-like fashion for some reason. Lucan spots 1 extra wraith, and we begin a chase sequence.
So, we are entering in a chase sequence. The sinners are going to be chasing the wraith. There is a 7th wraith that is fleeing into the city of Mechitar, and Lucan noted it looked like as though they were carrying a bundle of some kind. So as the chase initiates, because Lucan got a good spot on the wraith, that means that you're all going to be getting a +2 circumstance bonus to all of your checks to overcome obstacles during this chase sequence. Now, the way that chases work is that they're narrative, mostly. We're really just going through the steps of chasing down the wraith, and there are obstacles that the party is going to overcome. When we get to an obstacle, I will let them know what checks they can make that are written into the book that they can make to overcome the obstacle, or if they have a good argument for a different skill, or an item or a spell that they have, that can also overcome the obstacle. Each obstacle has a certain level of difficulty to overcome, so a lot of times the party will be making multiple checks on a single obstacle. And I'll let everybody know as we're moving from one obstacle into the next. And you're not necessarily all going to be staying together for this. Whoever gets to the wraith and finds out where the wraith is going first, then the rest of the party, we can hand wave the rest. The important thing is we have to find out who gets there first and how long it takes to get there. The wraith is fleeing through the waterfront. The first obstacle that you're going to overcome is just the waterfront itself. It flies across several piers, through rigging, cargo, ships alike, as sailors and laborers scramble to avoid the undead creature and you, its pursuers. As you're moving from ship to ship, you can either make a acrobatics or an athletics check to move across the pier, or you can use a society check to recognize a shortcut along the twisting boardwalks. Otherwise, if you have another solution, go ahead and let me know. No particular order here, just hit me with them when you want to do it.
How far away from us would you say the wraith is? Does it matter?
Not important.
I can't get myself out of combat, Brandon. I'm trying so hard.
That's the hard part. This is not a combat, so you're not attacking it.
Oh, like rounds and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I hit him with a ray of frost, and maybe I can slow him down with the crit.
Nah, we're focusing on overcoming the obstacles.
Okay. Shara's not good at acrobatics or society, so.
Athletics is the option. Yeah.
Oh, athletics was it one too?
Yep, athletics is an option. Acrobats.
Do you need it from
acrobatics
all of us?
or athletics? Yeah, everybody needs to give me checks to overcome.
Lucan is not fast and not particularly athletic.
Yo, you're probably not sickened anywhere. Sharon.
That's also probably true.
Oh yeah, you guys can clear your sickened condition.
Well, then Shara's going to attempt to leap through like ship to ship and gets a 27.
That's a success. You get a point. So you want to keep track of your own chase point. You have 1 chase point to overcome this obstacle. We'll come around in a minute when we get through everybody else. David, you were going through something?
Lucan would like to use Cape of the Montebank to disappear in a cloud of smoke and reappear in a cloud of smoke 120 feet closer to the wraith.
Yeah, cutting through the crowds makes it easy.
And Sundrinker will just make an athletics check.
I didn't think about Sundrinker. Do you want to run 2 people in this?
I'm going to do my best.
You want? Okay, all right. So Sundrinker would do an athletics check.
If I have to merge, I'll merge.
Okay. The Cape of the Montebank usage automatically gets you a critical success. That's 2 chase points for you. For Lucan.
Sweet. Sundrinker gets a 35 on that athletics check and also has fast speed. I've always got Long Strider up on him.
So the 35 is a success that gives Sundrinker 1 chase point for that obstacle.
All right, sounds good.
Arius casts Airwalk and just starts chasing.
Arius, so Airwalk's going to be a little bit of a special case here because our Airwalk lasts 5 minutes. We talked about this a little bit before the chase. And I'm going to rule this that Arius is going to be able to provide assistance to the party and gets to overcome 2 obstacles. So you're going to provide a +1 status bonus to everybody as they're attempting to assist because you can, from above, direct them and help them better to chase down the wraith. So don't worry about chase points for the first 2 obstacles. You're going to overcome them. Kicks?
Or is it just acrobatics you said? Or athletics?
Athletics. Or
Acrobatics,
something else.
Athletics.
Something tricky you can think of.
Or society to find a winding path through the gangplanks.
Well, that's my best, so we'll shoot at that. 28.
28 is a success. You'll gain 1 chase point. So Shara, you still have a few more to go. We'll come back around to you as we're going through the waterfront again.
Do I? So you said I don't make any chase points, or would I still get chase points?
Now you don't get chase points because you accumulate chase points until you get enough to overcome the obstacle. Since you're automatically overcoming the obstacle, I'm not worried about you with chase points for the first 2.
Okay. How badly do you want us to actually do this versus finding ways to bypass it like Arius?
Either or, man. I'm fine. It doesn't matter.
I get Perdition out, I mount Perdition, and I use the Barding of the Zephyr, which gives a 30-foot fly speed for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what you've got this for.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dun, 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 dun.
So we got Arius running on the air with Shara on
On a flying skeletal horse.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So based on the pre-established guidelines here with this, you're going to overcome the first 4 obstacles, which is basically 2/3 of the thing. And likewise, we'll be able to provide status bonuses to the party
Woohoo!
for their checks to overcome. So, all right. That makes that easy. Lucan, you have succeeded with the Camp of the Montebank. You still have to gain 2 more chase points in order to overcome the waterfront as Lucan.
Okay. We'll do that society. Lucan will do the society.
All right.
Just slip in and out.
And you'll do this at a +3.
I get a 39 then.
39 is a critical success, which gets you 2 chase points, bringing you to a total of 4 meaning you overcome the first obstacle.
Excellent.
We'll get to the next one here in a second with you.
Ooh, Sundrick only gets a 24.
24 fails. Kicks.
Do I just consistently do the same thing?
It's up to you. You totally can just do the same thing.
Can I dimension door right in front of the dude?
You can dimension door, and you'll overcome the first obstacle. But you don't have sight to like be able to get right next to him.
Yeah.
And even if you did, he would just cut through a wall before you caught him.
Ooh, sneaky.
See, it's narrative. So yeah, if you want to expend the spell slot to do it, to overcome it,
36.
Society instead, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna,
Got it,
for
got it.
one thing.
Yep. That's a success. That gets you 1 point.
Does that was that with the +3 from
I don't think it
Arius
was.
and I?
No, it wasn't. So a 39 is a critical success. That gives you 2 chase points.
I'm fast.
Does that bring you to 3?
Me specifically, yes.
Yeah? Okay. So Kix is almost through the waterfront. Sundrinker is falling behind, but Lucan is through.
My question would be, does Lucan get more than 100 feet in front of Sundrinker?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Sundrinker disappears.
Got it.
Bye.
In a puff of thorns and smoke?
Nah, nothing ceremonious. Lucan just gets too far ahead of... Oh, Sundrinker's not there.
All right. Lucan, the next obstacle that you'll see, and Shira and Arya see this above, the main thoroughfare that the wraith is on, that street, there is a processional coming from the other direction toward you, and the wraith passes right through the float. But you're not going to have that luxury. You have to make your way around the processional. You have a few options. You can either intimidate to threaten the processional into parting for you, or a perception check to weave your way through the undead processional attendants, or you can also make a will save to avoid being distracted by the processional's presence.
Lucan thinks that being Lucan is not probably the best idea for a chase scene. Slow and wearing high heels. Lucan will take advantage of having gotten ahead and meld with Eidolon, bringing Sundrinker back. And now we're both just Sundrinker.
Sweet.
Now, just as Sundrinker, we'll just focus on using Sundrinker because their checks are way better. You said I could do a perception, a will,
Or intimidate.
or what else? Or intimidate.
And you actually do get the plus to intimidate because it's a social check that you're making. Well, no, you're not technically Lucan, right?
I'm not technically Lucan right now.
So never mind.
So I'm actually going to take the will save. That's actually my best of all of those
Okay.
as Sundrinker. And do I get the +3 from
Yes, you
my
do.
compatriots? Excellent.
Yes, you do.
And they're overwhelming successes.
All I can think of is Andre the Giant. Everybody move!
I tried to add +3 onto that, but it didn't work.
That's okay.
But so I get a 39.
39 is a critical success.
Hell yeah.
So that's going to give you 2 chase points to overcome the processional. You still have a few more to go.
All right.
Arius is still over the processional, so we're good there. Let's go over to Kix. Kix, you're 3 chase points in.
It's the same obstacle thing?
You're still on the waterfront, correct?
Oh, I'm still on that one? Oh.
Yep. You got one more
thought-
success before you get across it.
25.
Add a +3.
28.
Still a failure. Damn it. You end up kind of stumbling your way through the rest of the waterfront, and it takes you a minute to get adjusted. You're looking for Lucan, but you totally miss Sundrinker for some reason. You're getting started a little late on this next obstacle, but you do overcome the waterfront.
I'm the best.
Yeah. Lucan will come back up to you.
We'll make another will save to plow on through. And I get a 43.
That is a critical success.
All right, so that's 4 for me.
That's
To
4 for
Sundrinker.
Lucan, and that actually brings Lucan past the processional, where Arius' spell wears out as he floats down to the ground behind the processional.
I just cast it again.
Never mind.
I also cast haste.
Oh, nice.
You gonna cast haste on everyone?
I only have it prepared as a 3rd level.
Oh, just 3rd. Okay, got it.
I don't know if that buys me an extra obstacle or not.
Well, I was actually, it does. I wouldn't say it's going to buy you a full another obstacle. I was going to say that it would allow you to start any obstacle with a single chase point.
But it doesn't matter. He's just running above it.
But he's just running above it all. It doesn't matter. Which means you could cast it on somebody else and it would make a difference.
Maybe I just save it until my 2nd airwalk ends then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd have 1 obstacle left.
I'm gonna have 2 left.
Or 2, because there's 6, right?
Yep, there's 6 total.
And you said that your 10 minutes gave you 4, so I'm guessing my 2nd airwalk will give me 4 as well.
Then give you to the end of 4th. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so I'll just wait to use my haste until the 5th obstacle.
All right, Kix. You're starting the processional. You have a few options here to get through it. You can either give an intimidation check to threaten them to move out of your way, a perception check, or a will save.
Will save it is.
Will save? All right. To avoid being distracted as you make your way through.
Oh, no.
Beautiful.
I'll be rolling.
Kix
I
is
got
so
one.
distracted.
35.
35. That is a success, but you have walls of will.
I wasn't sure if it would affect with this or not.
It totally does. You are about to get distracted by the processional because you have this, a new perspective as a lich, but nope, you gotta focus. You move through, you get 2 points.
Nice.
Lucan,
Yeah, what's my next obstacle?
as you're moving through, the Dread Wraith swoops aside to the north toward the River of Rot, and the panic it creates infuriates an entitled vampire aristocrat visiting from Ustalav who blames you for disrupting the processional they were here to enjoy. I say, you were just distracting. You were pushing your way through. It was such a beautiful processional and you ruined it. You ruined the whole thing. You can make either a deception check, a diplomacy check, or a stealth check to get through this one.
Can you make it go fuck off?
I think that's...
Come again?
Intimidate. Yeah, you can intimidate if you want.
I can't do any of these things as Sun Trigger. These are charisma-based.
Yeah, get creative, man.
I mean, I'm expert in deception because I share all the same skill trainings, but, I've got no charisma.
Oh, yeah. Still getting that +3 right now, if it matters. That actually might make the difference for the lack of charisma.
They very well may. All part of the show.
Deception?
Deception.
All right.
With a +3.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 20. Fucking nat 20. Fucking nat 20. That is a critical success. It's 2 chase points. That is enough to overcome the scandalized aristocrat. Oh!
Scandalized
Sorry.
aristocrat.
Sorry. No, please, continue. Which would bring us over to Kix and the same aristocrat. No, but you definitely don't look like you're part of the show. Who are you? What are you doing? You're ruining the whole thing.
And sorry, what were they again?
You can either
Diplomacy.
diplomacy, stealth, or something of your choice that's justified.
Stealth. Why am I even part of this chase?
I see you there. You're right there.
Nah, dude, I was like
trying to hide behind a little fucking tree or some shit.
Go ahead and give me another attempt. If you want another stealth, you can. Or you want to try something else, you also can.
Can I tell him a spooky story?
Totally.
With an occultism check?
Yeah.
That could count as intimidate.
We'll make it seem like you're part of the show, right? Okay, fucking disturbing knowledge specifically? Amazing. All right. I don't have a fucking stat block for this guy, so just go ahead and roll.
39.
39 is a critical success, which is enough.
Confused. And he starts hitting allies.
I'm gonna stop acting out. I need to rethink my life. And he turns and just walks aimlessly into the crowd.
I like it.
That takes us to the next obstacle here. The 4th obstacle, the River of Rot. The Dread Wraith swoops over the River of Rot to vanish into the twists and turns of Vassal Alley. The River of Rot has a lot of boats that are lined up and tied together, and you could easily jump from boat to boat crossing the river. You can give me an athletics check for that. Or you can use a 33 intimidation, or damn it, I just gave you the DC. You can use it. You can use an intimidation to convince someone to help you cross via barge or raft. But you can also use spells to fly across or move across the river.
Sundrick is just going athletics. We're just vine swinging, but I'm the vines.
All right.
Gonna get a... I am just killing these. A 40.
Yeah, you are. A 40 is a critical success for the athletics.
Hell yeah.
That's 2 chase points. River Rot's a little bit longer on this one, so you're got 2. Kicks, what are you shooting for?
Athletics, I guess.
Athletics? Are you trained in athletics?
Yeah, because you pissed me off when I went swimming and I couldn't swim, so I took it. But I fucking did very bad.
All I can imagine right now is like Arius with his fast speed up in the air, fucking booking it. Shara up in the air on Perdition, fucking cruising. Sundrinker just like huge, making the way athletically through the crowd, swinging on shit, and fucking Lich Kicks in the back, just
Fumbling, just running into everything.
running into shit, not used to your undead body at all.
It ain't going great.
Okay, so let's see, real quick. So Shara would actually land down on the other end of the River of Rot, but we'll say you're still providing the bonuses to everybody. I think after the river, that's Arias, that's your next obstacle too. You would land down also after the River of Rot.
Is this the third or fourth one?
That's the 4th one.
That's the 4th one. The 3rd one was the angry guy.
Yeah, the aristocrat went quick. So for this one, we basically just have Kicks at the back end of it and Sundrinker making their way through. Sundrinker, go ahead and give me a few more athletics checks. Give me like 2 or 3 in a row.
Here's one. Jesus H.
That's another critical success.
What's wrong with me?
Can't I roll like this in combat? I have not rolled lower than like a fucking 15 on these checks. There, I finally rolled a 6 and got a 31.
That is just a regular success.
All right.
So that's 5 points. You actually need 6 to overcome the river. So I'll need 1 more check.
Should have it.
Fucking that 20. He's crying.
Good God. Why is this not combat right now?
So Sundrinker and Arius and Shara all land down on the other side of the River Rot, and in unison, the 3 of them turn to Kicks. Kicks, give me like 3 checks in a row.
And outside athletics, it was what? Because I might have won better.
Intimidation, or sailor lore, or your own creativity.
Accounting! I'll bore them to death. Gee, I'm going to be really athletic. He's trying his best. How about a 21, a 21, and a 27?
Kicks is like standing next to where there's a boat, and you're trying to like get over to the other side, but you get the wrong angle, and no, that's not going to work. You don't make any progress at all.
Do we all need to get there, or just the majority of you guys?
You don't.
Okay, so I can. I was like, I can do more spell shit, but I'm fine with just trying my best.
You want to just like go on without me across the river?
It's too late.
So what about the 3 of you? You're on the other side of the River Rot, seeing Kicks over there. He's totally stuck, and he just tells you to move on. What do you do?
Move on.
I'll keep trying.
Kicks, keep trying.
This might be a while.
Kicks, the athletics DC is 29. Can you succeed?
Yeah, it needs a 14.
Oh yeah, you have a 50. I didn't even see it there. Here's the best part. You need 6 successes.
Hey, they're coming.
There's 3 in a row.
It's 3 in a row.
Can I go backwards? Because
You can't. Well, you can go backwards, but that's on a critical failure. So don't do that. Oh hell yeah! Keep rolling dice, buddy.
Hey, there's a couple of 16s on the die.
Yeah.
what do I need? One more? We're coming.
One more. Yeah, we're getting there.
What am I doing? Am I just like...
It's like, fuck you. Honestly, what you're doing is drowning, but then realize you're undead, so you can't. So you just are just floundering in the water.
Through much trial and error, Kix makes it all the way to the other side of the River of Rot. I'm going to suspect that the chase will be done by that point.
Hey, but I'm coming, boys.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to do it all. All right, so that leaves us to the other three here. The wraith swoops through buildings without regard, forcing the characters to navigate the tangled surface streets and alleys that fill the vassal district. This is a very tight, winding turns, small alleyways. You can either make a society or a survival check to anticipate and understand the most efficient routes through the tangled alleyways, a diplomacy or intimidation check to get startled or fearful locals to point you in the right direction. So that's society or survival, and diplomacy or intimidation.
I cast haste to move quickly, and then I'll roll intimidation.
Okay. So I'm going to say that haste is actually going to give you a critical success automatically. So that'll give you 2 points.
Roll. Okay.
You still get to roll.
I didn't add any bonuses there, but 40 without any other bonuses.
You don't get any of the other bonuses because you were providing those to the other people from the above view.
Thought we still got the bonuses from... Oh, is that just for the first obstacle that David was giving us bonuses?
Yes.
The perception check or whatever? Okay.
Yep. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. You do still get the +2. That's a +2 for that.
The 42.
42 for the intimidation is a critical success. So that actually gets you all the way through the obstacle right away. Shara.
What kind of people are these? Just like normal.
What kind of people are these?
Mechitarians.
What kind of people?
Vassal
are these?
Alley. Gosh, that sounds really familiar, but I can't. Hold on a sec.
I'll bet vassals live there.
Also, I intimidated 10 people.
Well, depending on what type of people they are, I might intimidate or I might diplomacize.
Yeah, what kind of vassals are we talking about here?
Like, are these high-ranking people and I want to diplomacize them, or are these just like low-ranking people that I can just intimidate to tell them to do what the fuck I want them to do? Vassal Alley sounds like they're probably lower ranking.
I was gonna say they were probably dealing with lower on the lower side, a lower class, probably quick blue collar workers. Well, sorry, quick white collar workers.
We'll give intimidate a try then.
All right.
And so we have a +2.
Yes.
33.
33 is a success. You get 1 chase point for that. Lucan.
Yeah, so seeing that this is going to take more of something like a voice than brute force, I will unmanifest Sundrinker falling to the ground, well, delicately striding to the ground as Lucan hollow. Yeah, you said diplomacy, intimidation, society, or what?
Survival.
Survival, okay. Well, I'm best at, we'll do diplomacy. Well, Shara's being scary, I'll be nice. Good cop, bad cop. Well, no, Arius is being scary too. Fuck it, we're all scary. Intimidation.
So, do you want to go bad cop,
Everybody
good
get the
cop? Or?
fuck
It's just gonna be bad cop, bad cop, bad cop. It's just all bad cops.
All cops are bad.
Yes. I didn't even roll great on that one. 29.
Sorry. I don't actually
now
want...
you're Lucan and not Sundrinker.
Yeah, exactly. It's the magic's gone.
The 29 on the intimidation is a failure.
All right. I've got 2 hero points and nothing else to use them on.
Yeah.
I'll use one.
All right.
Out of 30.
30 is also a failure.
All right. I fail.
All right. Arius, as you get to the other side of the alleyways, you see that the wraith is actually passing by some like a collection of ghouls that look like they're down and out of their luck, covered in rags, looking emaciated, and the wraith points back at you, and the ghouls start jeering and throwing rocks and shit at you as you run by to continue chasing the wraith. You can either use stealth or intimidation to sneak by the locals or frighten them into compliance, or make a Arcana, Deception, Occultism, or Religion to assume the airs of a powerful necromancer that they shouldn't fuck with.
I will intimidate.
Is this 5 still or 6?
This
This
is
is
6.
6.
Okay. So 5 only needed like 1 point?
No, you guys still haven't overcome 5. I'm just circling around.
Oh, okay.
Keeping things moving.
So just gonna keep on intimidating. How about a 43? Actually, a 45.
45 is a critical success.
That gets me 2 more.
That's 2. Yep.
So I'm at 3.
3 for this one, all right?
I got that hero point. I'm using my hero point.
Speaking of hero points, there should be another one getting handed out here pretty soon.
There should be.
So you said I ran into some, what was it?
Some
ghouls or
basically,
something?
yeah, some ghouls that look like they're kind of being bullied into slowing you down.
Alright. I get a 43 to chorus them, and I have...
That's critical. Critical, yeah.
I also have group coercion and terrified retreat. So I coerce 10 of them, and since that's a critical success, they're going to be fleeing. So hopefully my friends won't have to run into them either.
And that's the difference between demoralize and coerce. But
Shh. Don't go rules lawyer on me right now.
thematically, it's fun.
Thematically is all that matters. Listeners, ignore the specifics. It works.
This is a narrative chase scene. As the ghouls
Nobody
that
cares
were
about
heckling you.
rules.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not a rules yeah, we are. Okay.
Yeah, but this is, it says in the rules that it's, never mind. The ghouls begin to flee. And as they run away, Shara emerges from the alleyways first, followed shortly behind by Lucan.
All right.
Arius just dispersed the 6th obstacle,
And much later,
but much later Kix comes, right?
Yeah.
By the time Kix comes, they actually came back. They're like, oh, those guys passed by. We're okay. We can go back to where we were before. Kix now has to get through them. As they're throwing shit at him.
That sounds right. At the very least, Arius would see this, and Arius is the only one who needs to see it. There is a building nearby that has some really nice stained glass window work of varying designs on display outside. The Wraith ducks into this building with his bundle and does not come out the other side of it. This is where he ended up. And there's a sign on this storefront that says the Cerulean Glade.
Hang out outside until my friends come, because I need to be patched up. Lucan, I'm still hurt.
Yes,
I think I'm still covered in pus.
that's quite gross.
You didn't wash it off or something? I swam for like an hour, so.
If anything, it dried off as I was running in the air, so I got like dried pus all over my bones.
Oh, I prestidigitation you before I heal you. I'm not touching that.
No, I do have prestidigitation. I'll clean myself up as I'm waiting for you.
All right. Yeah, do we want to take 10 minutes to heal up before we go in here?
I mean,
I guess-
if we don't, I guess I could burn some harm on myself, but I figured we gotta wait 10 minutes for Kix anyways.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait 10 minutes for.
Once you guys all get there, I'll fucking teleport to you.
wait, who's injured?
I'm down like 77 hit points.
What? Jeez, people.
The pus shit that fucker crit me.
And then it's all one hit, wasn't it?
It was all one hit and it did extra damage on me because it hit me or some shit. Got hit once for 77.
They hit
I think
like
it was
trucks
actually
when
more
they
than
do.
that, but I had my temp HP that negated some of it.
So, Kix, you're gonna teleport to us.
If the DM allows it, I'll just fucking, beaut.
Yep, that basically, yeah. Kix shows up sometime later.
I get sick of it. I'm just like.
Kix just hires a boat and a palanquin.
I'll just harm myself then.
No, I'll bet a medicine. Let me start with.
You're
the
not
medicine.
gonna heal me 77 though.
He might
No,
try really
but
hard.
Then Shara could also hit you with a whatever. Maybe.
But then she doesn't have that for combat and things.
True.
I have 5 7th level harms. I'm gonna use
All right,
one of my 5
okay.
7th level
You
harms.
use one of your 5 7th level harms. All right, this is fair.
Not to mention all the lower level harms I have. It's fine. There, I healed myself 102.
100 and fucking
I guess you
2.
should have gone with the 6. You should have gone with the 6 then.
I guess. Jesus. I was worried I was going to roll like shit. I was like, plus 56 static. I'll probably roll like 20 on my 7d10. It's fine.
You rolled well.
I did.
7 7 9 10 9 1
2
3.
9s, a 10, 2 7s.
Yeah, that's good. It's good rolls.
So as you're healing up, I actually got a little bit of the description of the building wrong. It's a squat stone building that looks like it was painted a vibrant blue at one time, though that blue has faded and chipped and peeled a bit. There are no windows to the shop. The Cerulean Glade is a stained glass shop, but all of their displays are inside. During your time here, the Wraith did not re-emerge from this building. You've made yourself, or you've made your way to this building. It's tucked out of the way. There's no foot traffic going to the building, regardless of the fact that you saw the Wraith enter. And despite that you've been watching now for maybe a few minutes, the Wraith has not exited the other side. They are very likely in this building.
Why don't they try and damage us?
So, this building has no windows. You've given it the once around, and there are 2 doors, a front door and a back door. At the front door is where the signage that calls this as the Cerulean Glade. There is a sign on the door that says by appointment only. Notably, there is nothing on the sign to indicate how to make an appointment, but that's what you see.
Well, let's check to see if this door looks trapped. Because I'm ready to bust my way in.
The map is unpaused. Approacheth the door.
Since nobody else approached, I will check the door. 33.
You notice immediately that it is locked, and it looks like a really nice inlaid, like a deadbolt lock. But it does not seem to be trapped in any way.
Pick it.
I was going to make a check, and then I decided our ace doesn't care.
I detect magic on it.
No. Can anybody pick locks in this
Nope.
group?
No.
Detect magic.
There is no magic on the door.
So, we kicking in this door? Or
Yeah, Sundrinker gives a little shot. Just see how sturdy this door really is. Make an athletics check on it.
could probably just knock.
Nope.
Oh, you basically just did it.
I mean, yeah, I just knocked. I got a 25 on that athletics
He's not
check.
kicking that in.
So that's
Three.
roll to 3. It's a solid knock.
With a force open, that is a critical failure.
Like I said, I'm just knocking. Just knocking. Who said anything about kicking doors in?
Right.
No, that's not this guy.
It's not what you were doing. You actually jam the door, imposing a +2 circumstance penalty on future attempts to force it open.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, you force it. So, yeah, you knock on the door.
You're lame.
In such a way that jams it.
Nobody likes you.
Nobody answers, however.
They wouldn't be able to open the door if they did. Well, any windows we can go through?
No windows in the building.
Well, it's like Arias gets a 37 on an athletics check.
Just waiting for
I
him
think that's
to...
still going to be a failure because of the -4
-2.
or -2.
Wait. Oh, no, you take a -2 item penalty to the athletics check to force open. So you're right. -2 circumstance because it's jammed. -2 item penalty because you're not using a crowbar. Or you're not using something to pry it.
Yeah, I got no crowbar, and I'm not using my sword.
Yeah, a 37 would have been a success. However, due to circumstances,
damn it.
Fuck
it's
me.
not.
God damn it, Sundrinker.
God damn it.
Well, guess we're gonna have to shining this door open then.
I don't know if I'm doing better than a 16.
A wave of blood?
Wait, I'm just hacking this door down?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, other doors are
Like,
shining.
blunt my sword.
it is an iron-banded wooden door. It's an iron-reinforced wooden
God.
door.
You got any, like, spare weapons? I can just
What
beat
are
shit
the
down?
walls made out of?
Stone.
Like a stone building?
Yeah.
At some point, we just got to pick up like an adamantium hammer for one of us to fucking just smash it down with.
Well, time to look to see if there's another door to this place. I'm walking around the house.
There is a door on the back. You guys kind of cased it when you got here.
We go to another door.
Shara checks that door.
Okay.
I get a 24 to check it for traps.
The door is not trapped. However, it is also locked. And
It's still locked.
like the front door, it's an iron reinforced wooden door.
Well, it's not jammed though, so I'm gonna give it
True
a
enough.
What, a 35?
Ooh, Sheriff beats you to it. A 35 would be a success if you were using a crowbar.
Who the fuck has a crowbar?
No, we don't.
There's a crowbar in like an adventuring kit, but I don't have an adventuring kit on this character.
That 20.
There it is.
There we go.
Aris comes in.
Easy crit success.
Busts the thing down.
Is this a single door or a double door?
It's a single door. Wait, no.
God damn it.
Oh, so it looks like
You
It
don't
is-
get
it is a
another
big double
attempt,
door.
Sundrinker.
I don't
Get
want
away
another
from the
attempt.
door.
It
No,
is
it's
a big
fine.
double door.
I just want you to huge up Sundrinker for me.
Oh,
You already fucked up one door. You're not jamming this one up with your massive size. Shrink down. I know you can.
No, being able to reach every corner of a room. Oh, it's
You
so
get big
good.
inside there. It's fine. Just don't mess up the
It
door.
takes an action. I don't want to waste an action.
Yeah, you do.
are you doing it right now, David?
Yeah, do it.
All right. Huge sun drinker.
Thank you.
So you break down the back door. When you bust it open, it leads into what is obviously a storeroom. There are rows of wooden shelves that are stretching from the floor to the ceiling, 15 feet above, and they turn this room into a somewhat claustrophobic chamber. Each of the shelves contain a large amount of crates and containers, all of which have a wide range of markings on the sides. However, in the center of the room, well, for what it's worth, roughly the center of the room, just off to the side, you find the wraith.
Hell yeah. Fuck that bitch up.
And the wraith...
we tricked it. It thought we were trying to come in the front door, and then we came bursting in the back door.
If anything, we made sure it couldn't get out the front door by jamming it. That's right. But anybody else,
That's
we
right.
just
Yeah,
jammed
that's
the
right.
front door on
That's exactly
purpose.
what we were doing.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great strategy.
That's how we should approach places from now on. Fuck up the front door so they can't get out and then go in through the back.
Excellent. Excellent.
The wraith has something draped over its arm, like a piece of cloth. Wraiths are obviously incorporeal, as you've been chasing this guy through Mechitar, and he's been winding in and out through buildings. But this cloth that's draped over him has substance. And in the cloth, he's gripping in his hand what looks like an improvised club. And as you kick down the door, it's giving it some test swings. It's swinging this club around. And as you bust open the door, it turns to look at you, and then it winds up to swing with it. So I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Hell yeah.
I have no idea if I can, but I'm going to attempt to battle cry and demoralize it.
Sweet. Yeah, we can do that.
You're at 37.
37 is a success,
Frightened one if it can be frightened.
and it is not immune.
I mean, I did just kick in the fucking door.
It is a little frightening, just a bit. At the top of round 1, Lucan, seeing your allies kick the door open and the scene with the wraith in front of you, it's your turn.
So I see the wraith. Sundrick would have a line of sight on that, like through the door, right?
Yeah, with lesser cover.
Okay. Well, why bother?
I like how big you got just to realize that it's like 5 foot halls in there.
Basically.
Yeah, I was, you know.
We're going into a building. What were you thinking?
It looks like a church. I thought it was going to be a big open thing.
I'm gonna stand back here and try to hit you.
Just Kool-Aid Man through a wall.
I spend action 1. I'm going to cast Boost Eidolon. And then as a free action, I will use a focus point to cast Extend Boost. We'll make a nature check to see if I succeed. On my nature check, I get a 31. Does a 31 beat the level DC for 13?
This level?
Fuck.
It is actually
32?
exactly what you need.
Ooh, it is 31.
Nice. All right, cool. So we've got extend boost on, or boost Eidolon on Sundrinker for 3 rounds. Action 2 and 3, we will act together, and I'll start with an electric arc on this guy. Let's make him reflex save.
Not great. 23.
Hey, that's a failure. So 23 damage, maybe? I don't know.
All right.
What raids are going to take?
He ends up taking 13 of that.
All right.
The electricity
All
courses
right.
through, but mostly grounds into the objects around.
Sundrinker will then use their single action from Act Together to make a Vine attack. And we'll get a 39.
A 39 is a critical hit.
Excellent. We will deal a bunch of damage. I'm sure some of it won't take, but here it is. 53. Some of it is, it takes 37 of it.
Yeah, 37 of that. So the vine mostly glows through, but all the magical property behind it leaves a trail of destruction through its own corporeal body.
Excellent. That is my turn.
That takes us over to Kix. It's your turn.
Why am I mad at these guys? Because they're breaking laws. We only care because they're like breaking the law or something, right? But they're like creating extra undead
They're doing something.
without permission or
Yeah,
something.
they're killing a bunch of the humans, a bunch of the quick
Wraiths aren't allowed to just kill.
dock workers and such.
They were breaking the law.
Why we decided to chase this one and cared, I don't remember.
Because
Yeah, I
we
don't think
saw it
Arius
flying
actually would've
away.
cared. Like, the more I think about it, I think Arius is fine with what happened.
But you're a bloodlord. You got to remember your duties. Duties.
You just like fighting, Arius. We're just fighting. This is a fight.
I mean, they're killing quick.
I'm gonna hit him with a ray of frost and hit him for 25.
Like, Arius doesn't really care. For be honest.
25 misses.
Miss. And then I say, I did a good job.
Ours is like, Lucan, I hear you talking, but I don't care.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Laws.
All
Yeah.
right. That takes us over to Shara. It's your turn.
Okay. This thing seems like it's got a lot of damage reduction. Let's try playing around with this thing a little bit. First, we're going to try the Dread Martial Stance. See if I can... Ooh, got 32. I succeed. Okay, so first action, Dread Martial Stance. Second action, I'm going to attempt to disarm the Wraith.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You're going to make me look
Is
up.
it even armed?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's holding a
Holding
club.
to make sure it's
I'm
holding
trying.
a club.
So you try to knock something out of a creature's grasp, attempt an athletics check against the target's reflex DC. So yeah, this is just the old school rules. I get only a 32. What a shitty roll.
Well, a 32 is a success. So you weaken the Wraith's grasp on the item.
Till the start of the creature's turn, attempts to disarm the target of that item, gain a +2 circumstance bonus, and the target takes a -2 circumstance bonus to attack penalties or other checks requiring a firm grip. You know what? Fuck it. I've got another action.
Doing it again.
I'm doing it again.
All right.
Map -5, is it going to give me... Okay. I should have a +2 circumstance bonus, correct? That's what I'm saying?
Yeah, the effect is on it, so if you target it, it might just auto-resolve that, but we'll watch for it.
Okay.
Because it's a total of a 4-point differential.
Ugh, come on, lame. Roll a 6 and a 2.
Ooh. Yeah, that one will fail.
Does not look like it took that +2 into account.
It didn't, no. And even still, 23 is... Or 25 would still be a failure against its reduced DC.
Lame. I'm done. I was hoping to knock it out of its hand so it had nothing to attack us with again.
Trying to decide if I want to tell you about the new core disarm rules or not.
Are they better?
The remaster ones are so much better.
Yeah, I mean, original disarm. I mean, this is the first time I've tried it and I'm only trying it because I don't think I could do much damage to this thing, but disarm was so pathetic in the original.
Yeah, and yeah. That is not much. because
It's like, ooh, you have to loosen its grip first.
yeah, and it's only until the start of that creature's turn, so it's not like
Like, okay, so it gets a -2 to attacks on attacks opportunity or something? What?
basically. Well, then after Shara, that takes us to Arius. It's your turn.
Arius will take a 5-foot step up. He'll take a regular swing. Man, I should have just fucking power attacked.
Yeah, you shoulda.
God
Should
damn
have
it.
just gone for it.
That's another nat 20.
Yeah.
2 nat 20s
Yeah,
on the night that I was like, hey, I'm going to go to bed early tonight because I've been sleeping like shit. God damn
Here's
it.
some dopamine.
All right. Let's see how this crit. Just taunting me by having the power attack right there just crossed out. Fuck you.
I meant I power attack first.
We got weapon spec, dread martial stance in there. It all looks right. Okay.
Hot shit.
Even my damage rolls weren't that bad. They're all slightly above average. That's 77 damage on a regular attack.
That's some hot shit.
And you now also have 1d10 persistent fire damage.
Oh, that's right, because of the critical hit. And it's ghost touch, so it all
Just lit a ghost
goes
on
through.
fire
He
I
basically
just lit a fucking ghost on fire.
with ghost fire. That is fantastic.
it's flailing around, swinging the club around, which is making contact with like boxes and shit all over the room, making a lot of noise.
Now I'm just picturing the ring race at
Yeah, Nazgul.
Weathertop.
Yeah, Weathertop.
Do I have crit spec now?
I think you do, man.
When did I get that?
Like 7 usually?
Is that my
Probably
fourth
at level
doctrine?
13.
I got weapon specialization at 13. Does that include crit
Quite
spec?
often that will include crit spec.
Doesn't really say. Yeah, it doesn't actually say it in weapon spec.
What about in your doctrine?
The last time I got anything for my doctrine was 2 levels ago, and that was for spells.
Oh,
I don't see that I would have gotten it from anything.
Looks like you've had it since level 7.
Have I?
oh yeah, yeah.
You
Level 7.
critically succeed at an attack roll using your deity's favorite weapon. You apply the weapon's critical specialization effect.
Fan. Off guard.
Have I just not been
No, you have been.
paying attention to that?
No, you have been. I think.
I'm just tired then.
I think you just missed it tonight.
All right. Well, it is now off guard until the start of my next turn,
Oh shit.
and then my third action, I'm going to shatter defenses.
Okay.
Oh, I missed.
Yeah, 20 does miss. Which takes us to the flaming dread wraith. There's not really much dread about it right now. It's mostly a little
Dude,
pathetic.
if I would have power attacked, that fucker would be dead
He'd-
right now. God
he'd
damn
already
it.
be fucking gone, absolutely.
Oh, so upsetting.
So what he does is he takes his club that he reaffirms his grip on it, and he wildly swings at Arius with it.
Okay.
Wildly.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh damn,
Does
41 to
that even
hit.
crit? You rolled a 19 and you didn't even crit me?
No, I didn't. Needed 20 to crit you.
41 hits?
Yeah. Take club damage. 20 points of club damage.
Alright, well, I have 13 temp HP, so
It's unfortunate for it.
I took 7 damage.
Oh god.
Nice hit, bro.
Emboldened with his success, he's gonna do it again.
I did 77 to you. You did 7 to me.
I said emboldened, Ted. Oh shit. Rolls a 21, it gets a critical miss.
That's a crit miss.
As a free action, he releases the club.
Makes sense.
And then goes deeper, moves deeper into the room. He flees.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just gonna move him back here. Here comes the flurry. Oh, he's off guard. Oh gosh. Oh.
Oh, I rolled on that one.
I got it. I got 36.
36 hits. You know what's really funny, David?
What's that?
A nat 1 with all of the debuffs. A 27 hits. The nat 1 makes it a miss.
Makes it
So
makes it a miss.
Ted missed by 1 on a critical.
Yes.
29 damage.
29 damage. Your sword cleaves through its form, and the flames engulf it, and it is no more.
What?
Congratulations.
It was almost disappointing.
The club it was holding clatters to the floor, and the cloth follows with it. The cloth does not start on fire. The club does a little bit.
Whoa.
Arius just starts walking away and is like, well, that was boring.
Magical cloth.
That was anticlimactic.
What's the magical cloth do? Don't tell me it's not magic. It didn't set on fire.
It is super magic. Spencer, it is insanely magic.
Is it a robe of the Lich King or something for me?
It's jerk off rag.
Gross.
Just got ectoplasm all over it. Go. What is it?
Spooky ghost.
Just residue. Spooky ghost residue.
I've got quick identify. I'll make a check on it.
Oh, you got quick identify. That's right. All right, give me a second.
32.
32 is a success. This is an item called a wraith weave patch. A wraith weave patch appears to be a square sheet of gray cloth that sparkles softly when observed in dim light. An incorporeal creature can touch, hold, and carry wraith weave patches, unlike most physical objects. You can interact with a wraith weave patch to securely wrap up an object or container that does not exceed light bulk. Once an object is wrapped up, its bulk becomes negligible, and the wraith weave patch appears and behaves as if nothing more than a tightly folded but empty piece of cloth. You have to interact with it again in order to unfold it, in which the wrapped object returns to its normal bulk and can itself be interacted with again.
Okay.
For 2 actions, if the wraith weave patch has been wrapped around an object and the person wielding it is incorporeal, you can pass through solid objects with it, with the item that's wrapped in the cloth.
What kind of nonsense is this?
It's interesting.
Who wants to check it and see if there's something in it right now?
Yeah, I will.
Probably a soul cage.
You open up the wraith weave patch now that you know what it is. Lucan, you've heard of these. They're super cool, but pretty rare. There is nothing inside of it right now.
It takes 2 actions for them to be able to pass through walls with it?
Yep.
How the fuck didn't we catch up to this guy if he was wasting 2 of his actions for every round?
Every time you pass through something with it.
Every time he passed through a goddamn wall, he's using 2 actions. How did we not catch up to him? Me and Swanee were just booking it, and this guy outran us? No, I'm calling bullshit. Fuck the entire chase scene. We had this guy like 3 blocks in.
I had to make the chase happen.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it was fun anyways.
It was fine. We gotta watch Kix fail.
Miserably.
That was pretty good.
It was pretty bad. You got stuck in that river or whatever forever.
That was pretty bad.
Dude, the water has been this character's bane.
Yeah.
True.
It really is.
I'm gonna go back and destroy that water city.
Shallow shore? Or sallow shore? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a wraith weave patch into the stash.
How much is it worth
Yeah, what's that shit worth?
600 gold.
None of us are incorporeal.
anymore?
No, if Gurdrug was around.
No. Would you even use it if you're a Gurdrug? Like in reality?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure you could find some use for it.
You know, can move through solid objects. It's kind of cool.
That's got door knocker utility right there.
600 gold.
Yep, 600 gold.
What level was that?
9, I think. So type 1 is your wrap up an object or container that does not exceed light bulk. I believe the higher types hold more bulk.
Does it say what that's from?
This?
Just out of curiosity.
I think it's from this.
Oh, is that a campaign specific item?
I believe so, yeah.
That makes sense.
It's a cool item. Well, it's a flavorful item.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep, it is from this book. Type 2 does 1 bulk, Type 3 does 2 bulk.
Well, I detect magic throughout the rest of this place.
Interesting, but not particularly useful.
Yeah, not particularly useful to us, but I do like it. But yeah, I detect magic throughout the rest of this room and continue on exploring. And I guess I will shrink Sundrinker down a bit so we can go
Make some
through here.
space. That's legit. Okay, so the room is pretty cramped, like I had said. In this room, there is a door. Just as you entered the back door, to the right, there is a door. And then if you snake your way back through the storeroom to the south, there is another door on the southwest wall here.
I want to see Sundrinker like shrink down, go through the door, and then just become huge again, or just plow through shit. Just start knocking everything over. Just take up the entire room and just be like, fuck this.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said you wanted me to shrink Sundrinker down.
I suppose.
So what? Medium or large?
I guess you're medium, I guess.
All right. Medium Sundrinker. Oh, wow. That's weird to see on a map now.
Very annoying.
So yeah, you're in this storeroom. You have a couple of options. You can investigate the room, go through one of the doors. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
But there's nothing else magical.
Mm-mm. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. There is magic in the room. It is necromantic magic.
Does the top level pinpoint it yet? Or you still have to, like, search for it or some bullshit? I don't think I've had a character that actually uses it, so...
What level do you all
We're 13,
cast at?
so that's 7th level spells. Pinpoint the source of the highest level magic.
Yeah, like for an imprecise sense. You don't learn the exact location, but can narrow down the source to a 5-foot cube. Then yes, Lucan, you do detect magic in the room, and it's actually coming from right over here in the northeastern corner of the room, but coming from like underneath or behind the shelves here.
I take a step back, kind of curious about it, and I will, detect magic and have Sundrinker kind of look through the area, see if they can find anything of interest.
Sundrinker, behind boxes and behind the shelves here is a pouch that looks like it's fallen between the, behind the shelves with the cracks on the back of the shelving, right? And
So you're saying it's a crack sack.
it's a crack sack.
A sack of crack?
Well, it's a pouch. Inside the pouch is a fine powder.
Okay.
It almost looks like a pile of ash, but with strange blue embers.
Strange blue embers.
So who's making the check?
What do you want? That sounds like survival. When I snorted.
It is not actually. This one would be a magical check. So, standard magical check of some kind. Are you spending the 10 minutes?
Yeah.
All right.
To get a 46.
Oh, fuck.
I made this stuff.
You're the 46.
I got a nat 20.
Okay. It's an item called Shadow Ash. And this is a particular type of item in Pathfinder. It is a spell catalyst, which means as to activate this consumable item, you cast a spell or successfully perform a ritual as the primary or secondary caster and use this to bolster the spell in some way. This one in particular, when you add this catalyst to an animate dead spell or a create undead ritual, it wreathes the resulting undead creature in a shroud of frost that pulses with negative energy. And during a combat encounter, the first opponent to deal damage to the undead with a melee strike just takes 3d6 cold damage and becomes drained 1. Flat. If the creature survives the encounter, the shroud of frost reforms the next day.
David, is that ritual that we were trying to do, is that undead?
Which ritual that we were trying
The
to...
one to protect the house?
Well, we got the one with the undead... Well, not undead, but unseen servants.
Okay, well, it's unseen, they're not considered undead. They're just
Yeah, they're not
magic.
considered undead. Yeah, they're just magic.
We do, both Luke and I have multiple versions of
We
create.
do have
Right,
create
yeah.
undead, yeah. Shadow Ash was the other ingredient that they wanted for the formula, but was really hard to get. Remember when we were in one of the cities, we tried to get them to make some
yeah,
for
we-
us, and they're like,
Was
nah,
that
this...
Shadow Ash?
That was Shadow Ash.
Okay.
David, take a hero point. You are
Yeah, 'cause
correct.
we were trying to. We went to that Temple of Urgathoa, and a bunch of them.
I'll give you a 1 for everything you've got, basically, kind of a
Yeah.
deal.
What I'm hearing is this is valuable.
Very.
And they were looking for like 20 of them. Yeah, this one usage of it is 750 gold.
Yeah, and they wanted lots of them. They needed lots of it to, like, make their poison work. Well, I keep an eye out for more of this shit in here.
Noted.
See if we can track down where it may have come from.
Who carries it?
I put it in the bag of holding that Zundricker carries.
Goes in the loot. Okay.
More pieces of the puzzle coming together. Clues and mysteries, mysteries and clues. But what does it all mean exactly? Well, we will continue to try to find out next time as we continue Bloodlords. And until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.